Hey there, I'm Harry, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Some of them are movie reviews, some of them are horror movie reviews. So I wanted to do my own, but instead of just doing a movie review like everyone else, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to put the movies that I like, the movies that I deem to be classics, up against each other to see which is the superior film, like Halloween versus A Nightmare on Elm Street. I always ask myself, which is truly the better movie? So talking about Halloween and A Nightmare on Elm Street, in this video, I've chosen the original 1978 Halloween directed by John Carpenter versus the original 1984 A Nightmare on Elm Street directed by the late great Wes Craven to see which is the better movie. Now, to determine which is the superior film, I've made up these categories and I'll choose which film is superior in each category, and whichever movie has the more categories is the better movie. The first category is the intro. The intro is the introduction to the movie. It's what sets the tone to what you're about to see. In Halloween, we have a creepy person lurking outside a house, watching a young couple as they begin to kiss, make out, and go upstairs to fornicate. The person lurking outside of the house comes inside, opens the kitchen drawer, and grabs a knife. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, we have the young Tina walking around in her nightgown in what seems to be a boiler room. We also have a dirty person lurking in the shadows, creating some sort of contraption with knives and a glove. Both intros are pretty creepy, but in Halloween you have a POV shot done in one take. Now granted, technically speaking, it wasn't one take, it was 3 takes spliced together, but you have a person who's been lurking outside, spying on this couple. He comes inside, he grabs a knife, he goes upstairs, he murders the young woman, he runs downstairs, only to be revealed that it's a young boy being stopped by his parents. It's young Mikey Myers. So for that reason alone, I'm giving it to Halloween in this category. The next category is the body of the movie. Now, this is not the intro, this is not the ending. This is the middle of the movie, the meat of the movie. In Halloween, there's a lot of Michael Myers stalking and some more stalking. One might say that Halloween is a bit of a slow burn, but I have to admit, it's creepy as hell too. The lighting, the foreboding, the atmosphere, it's all very creepy. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, we have a horrific kill in the beginning, Tina's death when she's being dragged up on the ceiling, being slashed by Freddy with her boyfriend on the side, helpless. We have a police chase. We have Nancy being haunted by her dead friend at her school. We have Nancy being attacked by Freddy at her school, being attacked by Freddy in her bedroom, in her bathtub. Yeah, I have to go with A Nightmare on Elm Street with this one. In addition to being creepy, it also keeps the action and the thrills coming at you. Whereas in Halloween, it's creepy. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely creepy. But it's also, as I said before, a bit of a slow burn. And for that reason, I have to go with A Nightmare on Elm Street. The next category is the protector. Who are the authority figures in these movies and which one reigns supreme? Now, usually horror movies don't have protectors or parents around because, it'll spoil you the fun. But in these two movies, we actually do have authority figures around. In Halloween, it's Dr. Samuel Loomis, Michael Myers' doctor, who will stop at nothing to either stop or kill his own patient, Michael Myers. He keeps trying to tell everybody that Michael Myers is pure evil, but it seems like no one is really listening to him. And A Nightmare on Elm Street is Nancy's own father, Lieutenant Thompson, who's a strong, stern presence that ultimately doesn't help any matters because Freddy doesn't operate in the dream world. Anyway, Lieutenant Thompson at one point uses his own daughter as bait to try to capture the suspected killer Rod, because they think that he killed Tina. And yeah, that's the kind of father that I want. The kind of father that'll risk his own kid's life to further his career. With this one, I gotta go with Dr. Loomis on this one. He has no backstory. He has no family. It's like he only lives to make sure that Michael doesn't kill again. That's the kind of addiction and dedication and absence of a normal life that I want in my protector. Now granted, yes, 3 deaths occur on his watch, but he does save Lori at the end, and that has to count for something. The next category is the final girl. The final girl is the last girl standing to confront the killer in a slasher movie. The last one left to kill. She usually eludes the killer's attempts and makes it to see yet another horror movie or sequel. In Halloween, it's Laurie Strode, the girl next door. She babysits, she's book smart, and she's not preoccupied with sex or drugs. In A Nightmare on Elm Street is Nancy Thompson, also the girl next door. She doesn't babysit, but she's also not preoccupied with sex, drugs. She's also book smart and tech smart, which is evident when she tries to set up all these booby traps to catch Freddy Krueger. Now, I know a lot of people would choose Laurie hands down because she's the quote-unquote scream queen, but me personally, I have to go with Nancy on this one, and here's why. Laurie is a bit reactionary towards her ordeal with Michael Myers. She goes across the street to check on her friends. Michael slices her on the arm. She runs away. Michael tries to stab her again. She pokes him in the neck. She goes upstairs to check on the kids. Michael follows her and nearly kills her in that infamous closet scene. All her moves are basically reactionary, whereas Nancy is proactive in her ordeal with Freddy Krueger. She goes searching for him in one dream, and even in the end, not only does she search for him again, but she also tries to suck him out of her own dream. And in a strange twist, Nancy's kind of the one pursuing Freddy towards the end, when usually it's the other way around. So for Nancy being proactive, I have to give this category to A Nightmare on Elm Street. The next category is the killer. In Halloween, it's Michael Myers, aka The Shape. He kills his sister one Halloween night. He's institutionalized. Some years later, he escapes and kills again on Halloween night. His weapon of choice is a kitchen knife. He wears a white expressionless mask. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, it's Fred Krueger, a child murderer who's left free by the courts because of a technicality. So the families of Elm Street take it upon themselves to take the law into their own hands and corner Freddy at his boiler room and set him on fire. He's now an entity who kills the children of the parents that killed him in their dreams. Honestly, if I were going for creativity, I would give it to Freddy on this one. If I were going for creepiness, I would give it to Mikey. But to me, I couldn't decide on this category, so it ends in a draw. I mean, come on, man. They're both cool. The next category is the prior sin. Now, let me preface this by saying that Halloween was the template for most of the slasher movies that came after it. Even the makers of Friday the 13th said that they copied Halloween to make their own movie. In Halloween, the prior sin is Michael Myers killing his own sister after she had sex. No real motivation for it. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, the prior sin is the parents of Elm Street torching Freddy Krueger to death for killing their children. Now, in Halloween, we do see Michael Myers killing his sister, but in A Nightmare on Elm Street, we don't see the parents killing and torching Freddy Krueger to death. But it is told to Nancy by her mother when Nancy's mom tries to explain what happened and who Fred Krueger is. For this one, I have to give it to Halloween. For a young boy to stalk his own sister and her boyfriend, then later kill her and be caught by his own parents, it's chilling, it's disturbing. It's like when they remove his mask, right after he kills his sister, and it's revealed that it's a young boy. That just stuck with me ever since I seen the movie. So I would go in this category. I would go with Halloween. The next category is the final category. It's the end of the movie. In Halloween, you have Michael Myers strangling Laurie almost to death, but Dr. Loomis runs up the stairs and shoots Myers 6 times out the balcony. And when Dr. Loomis goes to check on Michael Myers, he's gone. And the Nightmare on Elm Street, well, Nightmare on Elm Street is a bit of a mess. It's not as straightforward. The last 20 minutes or so, Nancy goes looking for Freddy in her nightmare. She sees him. She captures him. She's able to snatch him out of her dream. She puts him through all the booby traps that she set up earlier in the movie. And ultimately, she just sets him on fire just like her parents did way back in the day. The problem with that is that we don't know if the last 20 minutes or so are in her dream or are taking place in reality. And what happened there is that the director, Wes Craven, wanted a happy ending. He wanted the whole movie to just be a dream, whereas the producer wanted to leave the movie open for sequels. So they butted heads and ended up just compromising. And the compromise is what we got, a little bit of a mess of a movie. So with that being said, I have to go with Halloween on this one. So Halloween beats Nightmare on Elm Street by 1 point. So this little series that I have, movie versus movie, or rather film versus film, this was the first entry, and I'd like to thank everybody who watched it. Look out for future entries, and I'm Harry, and I'm out.